This is Akashvani. In the program Insights, now we bring you a discussion on Central University's Amendment Bill 2023. The participants are Sunil Kumar Bernwal, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Education, and Bala Nagendran D, Akashvani correspondent.
Yesterday, Rajya Sabha passed Central University's Amendment Bill 2023. Last week, Lok Sabha passed the same. Once the assent is given by the Honorable President of India, the bill becomes an act and brings in the tribal university at Telangana. What the bill is all about, how significant is this, and what are the developments that are about to be expected after the enforcement of this act? To talk all these and further developments, we have with us Additional Secretary, Ministry of Education, Sunil Kumar Bernwal. Sir, welcome.
Thank you.
Yesterday, Rajya Sabha passed the bill. Could you please highlight the basic features and objectives of this amendment?
See, this Central Universities Amendment Bill 2023 was introduced first in the Lok Sabha and was passed by the Lok Sabha. Subsequently, it was passed by the Rajya Sabha. This bill, once it becomes act, leads to the creation of a Samakka Saraka Central Tribal University in the state of Telangana. This university will be created as part of the obligation which was there in the Andhra Pradesh Reorganization Act 2014, in which Central Tribal University was to be set up both successor states of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana. Though in Andhra Pradesh this was created in 2019, Telangana it could not be created because of the land could not be finalized, and therefore now this act will enable creation of this university in the state of Telangana. This university, as the name suggests, will be Central Tribal University by the name Samakka Saraka Central Tribal University, and it is to be located in a district called Mulugu, where predominantly is the tribal population, and the name which has been given to it, Samakka Saraka, is also the tribal deities, mother and daughter, and there is a big Samakka Saraka Medaram Jatra which takes place every 2 years in Mulugu district. Is basically gives a lot of prestige and honor to the tribal community. As this will be a central university, it will have courses of undergraduate, postgraduate courses, and also the doctoral programs. Altogether, it will initially for 7 years, it will have an intake of about 2,790 UG and PG students under 5 schools of study having 11 departments. So this will also have focus on access and quality of higher education and facilitate and promote higher education and research facilities predominantly for the tribal population of India and more particularly of Telangana. It is, as the act itself suggests, will provide avenues of higher education and research facilities primarily for tribal population of India. It will promote advanced knowledge by providing instructional and research facilities in tribal art, culture, customs, and advancement in technology for the tribal community. Apart from bringing focus to the tribal education, the Central Tribal University shall carry out all educational and other activities like any other central university. So this university will bring access and quality of higher education, primarily for tribal population. The Union Cabinet, as it approved the draft bill, also approved the DPR of this proposed university. It will have an investment of 889.07 crore, and it will be spread over the land of 335.04 acres as offered by the state government. So this university will have a huge academic and environment, and the facilities for undergraduate, postgraduate, and the research programs. This will initially it will have about 129 teaching posts and 142 non-teaching posts. As soon as this bill gets the approval of Honorable President of India, the process of appointment of Vice Chancellor and the other statutory posts will start. In this, to assist and mentor this university, University of Hyderabad has been identified as the mentor institutions. They have already been directed to initiate the process, start designing the courses, and also the process of setting of the university need to be expedited. So that is how this university will help promoting higher education in the country, and more particularly in the state of Telangana, and more specifically for the tribal population of India.
Sir, I would like to bring in the statement of the Honorable Union Minister who said at the Rajya Sabha yesterday, and I'm going to paraphrase it. He said that this bill reflects the commitment towards ensuring accessible and quality education for all. So, sir, by connecting it with the new education policy, how this establishment, the Central Tribal University, is going to bring in the marginalized section of population?
As the name itself suggests, this is going to be a Central Tribal University. So the focus will be on the designing courses, having more departments, faculties, and the courses focused on the education related to tribal community, tribal art, culture, customs, research related to their life and all. So this will be one aspect by which there will be inclusion of the subject. Second, this is going to be located in a tribal area, so it will provide more access to the tribal community. And as we know, there is already a provision of reservation in the admission of students, and to that extent, more and more tribal students can apply and get admission. They will certainly have more easy access to not only for getting admission, but also to study courses more focused on tribal population.
The government is keen towards enhancing quality of education and bringing in the people who have not been brought into the mainstream, and also towards ensuring Atmanirbhar. On this aspect, could you highlight the initiatives that the Ministry of Higher Education has been taking in order to achieve the targets of new education policy?
As we all know, this National Education Policy 2020 highlights and emphasizes on the increasing access and quality of higher education for all, and with more focus on the deprived group, particularly the socio-economically disadvantaged group. So this focus of the NEP 2020 gets reflected by opening of the new and additional higher education institution. In that regard, opening a new central university will certainly help achieving the objective of the national education policy, and will provide access, more inclusion of the community who are otherwise not fully taking the benefits of higher education.
I would like to ask you about the international acceptance. The Honorable Union Minister for Education has also spoken about this at the floor of the House, that countries like Iran have translated our new education policy. So could you please tell us the importance of this international acceptance?
As our Honorable Education Minister mentioned on the floor of the House yesterday about international recognition of National Education Policy 2020. In fact, the National Education Policy focuses also on education in local languages. And the languages which are listed also includes Persian language, which is one of the important international language. So he was mentioning, and it is a fact, that Iran, which actually has translated our National Education Policy 2020 in Persian language, that is a big international recognition of the policy, and it might also help them in improving their higher education in the country. Similarly, like we have an institution like NCERT, and Mauritius has actually sought for a cooperation for developing a similar institution in their country. So this kind of international cooperation which is being sought by different countries gives credence to our policy, and it is a big recognition. More and more countries who are studying this national education policy are looking at it in detail and finding it a big opportunity for using it for their own country. Our policy also emphasizes on internationalization of education, and therefore a lot of international cooperation collaborations are going to help achieve the objective of national education policy. So such international recognition of the policy is a very big landmark for in implementing and making it extremely helpful for developing higher education in the country.
I would like to ask you about international cooperation inside India to develop educational infrastructure as well as curriculum. Could you explain us the Ministry of Higher Education's role in bringing in international universities and academic institutions inside our country?
Very recently, on 7th November 2023, UGC has come out with the regulation allowing foreign universities to apply for opening campuses in India. And once after application, there is a process which has been defined in the regulation for processing and giving in principle approval for opening foreign university campuses in India. This also will automatically enable them for recognition of their degree in our Indian context. So this is a very big step forward for internationalization of education. It will provide opportunity for Indian citizens to have a global education at a very affordable cost within the country. So this regulation is a big step forward. Similarly, we have enabled our institutions also to go international. Many of our institutions are coming in the top 500 global rankings. And two of our institutions, IIT Delhi and IIT Madras, have opened campuses abroad. Recently, IIT Madras has opened in Zanzibar, Tanzania, and IIT Delhi has opened in Abu Dhabi. Now the framework is ready for internationalization of education, both for our institutions to go abroad and foreign institutions to come in India. So such collaborations and enabling regulation will certainly help in internationalization. Of course, it will be subject to all scrutiny, which is necessary for getting good universities who are willing to extend these higher education services to the Indian citizens will get the permission to open campuses.
Sir, thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
You were listening to a discussion on Central University's Amendment Bill 2023. The participants were Sunil Kumar Bernwal, Additional Secretary, Ministry of Education, and Bala Nagendran D, Akashvani correspondent. This program was produced and presented by the News Services Division of Akashvani. You can listen to it on our mobile app, News on AIR. This program is also available on our YouTube channel, News on AIR Official. You may share your feedback about this program through email at airnsdtalks@gmail.com or WhatsApp us on 9289094044.